I got to lean in.
What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It is time to lean in, bitch, for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's been 2 weeks, and I almost forgot how to do this damn shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because I ain't got my earrings in yet. Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Okay,
Asia, are you not? Asia, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear
me? You know we're live, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't look. We usually have some time.
We're talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Welcome to the show. It's been a couple weeks. Hope everybody had a happy Memorial Day. What's going on, Antonio? What's going on, Asia?
Hey.
What's up?
Everybody look refreshed. Asia. You know, Asia, how are you? That's like
I'm okay. I had to work today, y'all. I'm sorry.
Both of y'all were at the Polo Classic this past weekend. So how was y'all experience? I mean, y'all didn't run into each other, unfortunately, but how was y'all experience?
Antonio was in the VIP, so I did not run into him.
Oh. Why weren't you in the VIP, Asia?
Because the lean ain't big enough yet.
Oh, no, lean ain't got nothing to do with that.
You're not a celebrity, baby.
This is a little petty cash. We ain't provide money like that. All right, y'all.
No, it was a good time. That was my third. It's my third time going in New Jersey. So yeah. So it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
I've actually never been to the Polo Classic. I've only been to the one in LA, and that was before COVID. And it was nice, but it doesn't compare to anything in the one in New York. So one day I'll make sure I get there one of these days. But right now it's not on my list. So with that being said, if you're watching right now, welcome again. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. What's going on, Danny? Danny's in the chat. Cheryl is in the chat. If you're in the chat right now, let us know you're here and where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, also let us know where you're calling from. And just give us some comments, some nice comments. I love that this channel is growing, but I will say, as we grow, we get new viewers, and some of y'all viewers are so rowdy. So, as I always say how you feel, give your opinion, give your thoughts, but be respectful. You'll be respected. All right, like the video, subscribe. We got to talk about 2 episodes tonight, but specifically more so 1 because we did not do last week's episode. Because we were all out shaking our ass. I know I was shaking my ass. I don't know about y'all, but I was shaking mine. We're going to kind of focus more on episode 5, but kind of talk about episode 4 in brief detail. Okay? What's going on, Ashley, the Mocha Barbie? I love your name, by the way. When I say I like Ashley, the Mocha Barbie, I want to be a Barbie so bad, but unfortunately, I can't.
You can be Ken.
No, I want to be a Barbie. Damn, Ken.
Ken was kind of a Barbie. He just
I want to be Barbie. Okay, I will agree, TKC. They were both very filler episodes. I will say this season is not taking off for me as I would have liked it to.
It's giving filler season.
So. Yeah, it's giving filler
season. Season 15. I'm sorry.
Oh no, what's going on, Sierra content? Chase is here. Say what you mean. Don't say it mean. I know that's right. Y'all better listen to Chase now, because you know one thing Chase gonna do. He gonna say what he mean, and it may be mean too, but he's so loving. Okay. All right, so let's start with episode 4, and I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna kind of go through it as fast as I can so we can get to episode 5. So bear with me. So in the episode 3 was the I call it Drew's big night, because I'm throwing shade, because realistically it was not a big night for Drew. It was a mess for her, and it ended with Marlo going off on her about her not saying the word shooting versus incident. So we saw this. I guess it was a camera phone moment. It wasn't production, so it wasn't supposed to really be filmed because apparently cameras were down. So I guess they want us to believe that it was authentic. I think production pulled out a camera and said, "Y'all act like we ain't got no real camera." I don't know. That's just me. But that's just me. But in this episode, a couple things happened. They're getting ready for. There's a trip to Birmingham, and I guess this is the first cash trip. I'm assuming, because usually around episode 5, 6, 7, they go on a trip. We're gonna talk about that. But leading up into it, Kenya is going to be performing at the Magic Classic. She got this sponsorship for Kenya Moore Hair Care. I'm assuming that it's inspired by Marlo's, band. I'm sorry, the band that she brought to Marlo's event a couple seasons ago. So I thought that was very cute. Monyetta is her choreographer. Monyetta is a former dancer, choreographer, or maybe previous current. I'm not really sure, but she is a dancer.
Yes.
So in this scene, we see Sonya is, working on Mommy Nation. I really put as a comment, Sonya is trying to be the next Kandi, because she is, and I don't know, the storylines, they just kind of seem similar. Like, I mean, maybe I've been watching too much reality TV or too much at all, but I feel like I've seen it and I'm seeing it again, but I don't think she'll be able to, get to that level. Not iconic, but, I'm just saying we've seen it from her. Marlo is, talking about the shooting. She goes more into detail about situation with her nephew, and basically saying that Kandi is insensitive, and that she showed no type of flowers of anything, and she feels strongly that because he worked at her restaurant, and he was very happy about that job. The picture that they showed was his first day at the job. That I'm just saying, that's rest in peace to him. I'm not throwing any. He is passed. Okay. That's what I got on the camera. Did y'all not get that?
No.
They were really trying to sell it like that's the picture he took when he first started working there. That was his favorite job ever. Like, it was.
The picture was on his obituary.
Right. That's
so
just what I job. But I don't want anybody saying I'm being insensitive, because I'm not. That man, may he rest in peace, rest in heaven. With that being said, but I do like this comment she made about saying, why? She said, "Why does Kandi keep having shootings? I don't know. Let's find out." And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of fell out. I'm like, what?
Has she had multiple shootings?
I know she had. I don't think so.
There was something that happened at old lady gang too a while ago, right?
Wait. So you got her nephew, and then her nephew, the guy, your husband, your boo. Those two.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's saying, two is a lot. I don't.
But her nephew wasn't even an employee of the OLG when sadly his life was taken away from him so suddenly. He wasn't an employee of the OLG.
Exactly. There was
but the roommate was.
The roommate. I thought that's where they met. I didn't know that they were both still working there, but I knew that's kind of where they met and became roommates.
That's the problem with Marlo, because we don't know. We can't follow the story.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's the problem, because we at this point we all assuming.
Yes, we all assuming. I will say, Jasmine's not here today, so everybody please talk freely about Marlo. You will not get jumped on today, okay? Anybody. And even if she was here, we're gonna say it.
I'm gonna defend
Marlo. Jasmine's in the chat. Hey y'all, everybody say hey to Jazz. Sheree is starting this whole journey. She may be having to undergo fibroid surgery. So she has a session about that. And we found out that Kenya has eaten booty. And I was like, as a gay male, I don't see nothing wrong with eating booty. That's what
I definitely don't. I just don't believe Kenya.
I did holler when Sonya said Miss USA was eating ass. I was like, oh my God. It was like in our face. But I hollered at that. But where things actually started to kind of turn in episode 4 was when they were having lunch. Nothing had happened. But Kenya brings up the issue between Drew and Marlo. Apparently, she's spoken to Drew and she's gotten her side of the story. Kenya does twist it up a little bit by saying that Kenya was standing over her and all blah blah, from my understanding. And so before she can even go into it, Marlo stops her and is just like, "You weren't there. Like, we don't have a relationship like that. You should just continue to be rude to me like you've always been. Let's leave it like that." They kind of go back and forth a little bit, but nothing really comes of it. Marlo is just upset that everyone is speaking on it, especially when they weren't there, because it was just her and Drew. And this is where Kenya makes a comment about, I think there being somebody having camera phones and stuff like that. People seeing it. So that's how it got to her. I'll stop there and get y'all thoughts on any of that before I get to the actual event, the charity event, because this is still episode 4.
Asia, because it seems like a lot of the ladies on Atlanta have had fibroids. Are they that common in?
I have them.
Oh, okay.
I literally a week ago found out I have them. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Very common.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I that was because I was like, damn, I know
Black
Cynthia,
women.
Portia, Kenya,
it's a black woman thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say Cynthia put me on game about because I didn't know anything about it. I had never heard of it. I don't still know much about it. However, that was the first time I had ever heard about it and seen like a journey of it. They should all teach Giselle how to do it because Giselle flopped in the last season. Not saying this should be just documented, but it was a storyline. She brought it to the TV. So I mean, if you're gonna do it, you need to do it. So Giselle,
Cynthia definitely did.
Cynthia, she did.
As you get older, Antonio, it starts to hurt.
Okay.
That's what it is. And you don't need them no more because you're not about to have no babies. So
okay, gotcha.
That's where it gets tricky on what to do.
I see a lot of people in the comments saying that Marlo should go to another network. Where y'all think she would fit more? Zeus or Love and Hip Hop on VH1? Or
sure, but Love and Hip Hop has now moved to MTV. So I can see Marlo being in somewhere like her and Carly Red getting into it because they kind of like around the same age or whatever. So I can see that. I mean, I'm sorry, but I can see them getting into it. I still don't understand, and Marlo didn't make it any clear. I know she said she wanted candidates and flowers, but I haven't really seen where someone has lost their life and at a job that they worked at for just a short period of time and they no longer work there, and then people decided, oh well, let's go send them stuff. I mean, I've seen people do it for current employees, and even if you were there for an extended period of time, but like a few months, I guess maybe she was thinking Kandi should have did it just because they were friendly, because they haven't even been friendly now for a couple of seasons. So I don't know. I don't know about that. This season is giving filler so far. I'm not with it. And Marlo is gutter. And I really do feel like she should lose that peach. I don't think that she deserves a peach. I'm not saying that I think Monyetta should get it, because to me, they're both annoying for different reasons. But Marlo is definitely declassing the show. 100%.
I'm not taking these glasses off until Antonio stop talking shit.
Some blue glasses, actually.
They're like a butterfly.
I'm not about to keep rolling my eyes at Antonio talking shit.
I'm gonna get us some lean glasses for shade.
This is ridiculous. I already knew where Antonio was gonna go with it.
Cheryl is a team Marlo. Okay. Listen,
that's what's up.
That's cute. Do you have any thoughts, Asia, on this part?
I have zero thoughts.
All right, so let's get to this actual charity event. So Kenya's supposed to be being at this event. I'm assuming it's for the Magic Classic. That's my only assumption, because it's the same weekend, right? Yeah. I don't know. She doesn't really, to me, explain what is it for, and she kind of keeps it from the ladies. She kind of keep it entire, because at this moment the ladies don't know that she's going to be performing at the Magic Classic. She don't know. They don't know, and that makes a lot of sense to why they were so inquisitive, because they were like, what is going on? Mm-hmm. I didn't quite get that at first, but then as the episode 5 came in, that's why I saw it. So at the end of episode 4, they arrive, and as they arrive, no one is dressed in the way of a, I guess, charity event that they were expecting, because Kenya even made Monyetta, aka Mo, that's how I say her name, made Mo change out of her Tin Man outfit and put on a black dress. So in doing that, they got there, and she was just like, I think Sheree even said, girl, you could have worn what you had on.
Like for real, there's people in there with jeans on and stuff like that. So.
But when they get in, everybody is fanning out. They want pictures. I even heard Kenya say, can you please stop? And even the boy, his mama was like, oh, it was a whole little fan moment, which I don't know how this works, because sometimes the Housewives do have events where they do invite people to come. They want to fill out a space, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is one of them. I'm not sure. I don't think it was, because what happens at the end. But once they get there, Sonya and Marlo arrive later. Marlo gets there, and Sonya is kind of upset about about Kenya not waiting on them. She said she gave them 45 minutes. She said no, they didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Sonya was telling the truth. I don't think she would lie about that. That's just me. But I mean, I do understand Kenya saying she has to get to the event. I do get that. Although I would have thought she would have gave some kind of speech or something, because she really was just attending the event. It was very confusing.
Did it seem like a paid appearance fee? I mean, like a paid appearance?
What I'm saying, the way she hyped it up, she was going to be giving a speech. She was going to be talking, and we never saw that. I don't know if we didn't see that because they got kicked out, but we didn't see that. You think that would have been something that she would have walked into. It was really given, oh my God, the Housewives of Atlanta are here. That's all I got. And that's why they got kicked out. But before they got kicked out, Marlo orders a bottle with sparkles like she is at the damn opera in Atlanta.
Not the opera.
They bring, come on, opera, and they bring the sparkles out. And they go.
It was on a bottle of champagne.
They taped it on the bottle of champagne.
One bottle.
Mm-hmm. That's the same bottle we had this weekend, Tony.
Exactly.
We should have brought some sparklers too.
Man.
Now, I've always wanted to be a bottle girl, by the way, to let y'all know.
You want to be a bottle girl and a Barbie. Friend,
no, they're gonna think I'm out here.
Bottle girl Barbie.
Let me stop. I enjoy being a man.
You could be bottle girl Barbie.
Yes. But so basically, production pulls King to the side and tells them they have to leave. And it's because there's too much attention on them. They feel like the event's becoming more about them, i.e. the sparklers, and everybody wanted pictures, but that's not really their fault. I mean, I don't know. But then again, you did hear a conversation earlier of them asking Kenya, do they know they were all coming? Because it kind of seems like they didn't know. Maybe it was just her. Then again, I don't think they would have just, I don't know. It's very weird.
They didn't know them people. They did not know they was coming. They knew Kenya was coming for a fee, like Antonio said.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But they all go back to the room. They're trying to like dance and ooh, but they go back to the room, and it goes to the room and shows that Kenya's not there. Marlo is upset that Kenya's not there. She goes upstairs to her room and she starts, Sheree knocks on the door. Kenya's not answering. Marlo bangs on the door with her foot, kicks the door, boom, boom, boom. Like she
got some big ass feet, so I know that was loud.
She talked about the door was heavy. Those feet were probably heavy on that door.
And it was probably some expensive shoes, so they was probably quality.
Correct. And then Sheree, as her look kicks in, and Kenya comes out, and she's just like, stop banging on my door, you mother, whatever, you stupid, whatever. She's like, my daughter's in here, but she's cursing all like wild and crazy. But her daughter's in there, and yeah, that's how that episode ends. So he's going to pick up in episode 5 with that. But just based off of that, any thoughts on the event and just them getting kicked out, the sparklers, and them banging on the door? Because we're going to talk about that more in episode 5 too. It kind of goes right into it. So any thoughts on that?
Yeah, someone right with that event. I agree. I don't think that they knew that it was this whole production thing showing up. And that's why, they ended up, of course, being asked to leave. I definitely don't think anybody should have changed clothes, because we seen motherfuckers in there with jeans on and fucking capri pants and all kind of shit, hoodies.
Capris.
Yeah. I mean, it was Alabama. I'm sure somebody in there had on capri. And Monyetta could have definitely kept on her, her silver romper short set thing that she had on. It was
10-man outfit. It was 10-man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't.
What she had on?
Did y'all see the shoes? The shoes is what made me fall out of my chair.
No,
the shoes were also it was aluminum foil couture. That's what it gave. Completely. It looked like it goes when she walked by.
It did. You didn't hear it? I heard it. I heard it when she
But yeah, that was funny though. Them being asked,
yes.
Like, they was like they causing too much commotion and they taking, and I'm like, at charity event, don't people like donate money? And I'm thinking charity. I be thinking about I'm not trying to compare the black show to the white show, but I think about like Beverly Hills when they have a charity event and what kind of goes down or whatever. But yeah, this is different. I was feeling like Nene. We bring our own cups to places like this.
Yeah, Jasper said gauchos and Tammy said
gauchos.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Yes, gauchos.
No gauchos.
If you had some gauchos in the chat, raise your hand.
I did have some gauchos. I had them back in the day. And some Melissas. I would wear gauchos and Melissas together.
Yes, Melissas. Well, that's what they wore up in that show. So there's no additional commentary. I'll move to episode 5 where it really kind of, I guess, goes somewhere. Yeah. So episode 5 is a continuation of that. So they showed the knocking of on the door again, beating on the door, and you know, Marlo just feels like Kenya is being disrespectful. I don't know how, but she feels like she's being disrespectful, maybe because she's not a part of the group. You know, I do get the feeling that Marlo, you know, just like Kandi, she has a control thing. Like, I really want her, if she gonna do nothing else, just kind of like let people do what they do. Like, if a person is doing, like, you can't control every scene, and I feel like that's what Marlo is going through right now. I don't like it. But so Marlo, you know, they're walking out. Monyetta is with these girls. She doesn't really hang with them. Her crew is really Kandi and now Kenya. And as they're walking out, Marlo tries to slam the door on her face. Like, I don't care what anybody says. She tries to. I didn't even know who was back there, but Monyetta must have been struggling to the door because she pushed the door back like a damn Godzilla. And I was like, damn, Monyetta, Godzilla. I ain't gonna lie. When they did, I was like, oh, because I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, what is going to come? Like, what's next?
And so, I definitely wasn't expecting her to walk up on Marlo. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
She definitely did. We're gonna talk about that too. But Sheree tries to calm Monyetta down by saying that the door failed, that, you know, it wasn't that she slammed or whatever. Yeah. And Monyetta says she closed the door with force. So she's upset. She's talking about Ray and Pookie and them, and they go down. I guess they're like in the lobby of the hotel. I don't know where they are, but you see a police officer car sitting in the middle of the street, and then they bring a drink out to Marlo. I thought it was a very weird. I never been to Birmingham, but maybe that's what they do.
That is not what they do in Birmingham. I've been to Birmingham plenty of times. You didn't go to Birmingham with us?
No, I ain't go. I've driven through Birmingham, but I ain't never stopped.
We went to Birmingham.
I went to Birmingham alone like many years ago, baby. They got the motherfucking fighting in the club, but yeah.
I don't know.
They got clubs in Birmingham.
Who? So listen, right? Sam at the door said, "Nah, bitch." No, for real, it did. And so to close out this part 5, passing to you guys, Kenya or Mo does call Kenya. They're talking, and Kenya is just really upset that, you know, Monyetta and Sheree let Marlo slam, and we can not slam the door, bang on her door and do all these things. You know, Monyetta is just going off. She's talking about, like I said, Pookie and Ray and them and yada yada yada. But even while she was going off, I just really wasn't getting much.
You wasn't moved. You weren't moved.
I wasn't moved. Like, I was just like, maybe her voice doesn't have any oomph to it or something, but I wasn't feeling it. I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like Marlo really treated her this entire scene. Even to the point that when she came back and she was talking and she heard her say something, she was like, I think Marlo started laughing in her face. I don't know. I just feel like at this rate, Marlo against Monyetta is just not really a thing. Like, Marlo is not giving her the time of day. But to close this part out, you know, they kind of leave. Marlo says her little iconic line, "Today drained us," and that's how the night ends in that part. Any thoughts? Oh, I do mention Sonya did try to say something to her, but then she told her that I think y'all should just leave. She told her, just don't come back to her. And Sonya's like, I got work to do. I got businesses. I got to go anyway. Forget this. So, thoughts? Asia, I go to you. Go ahead, Asia.
I think that this forced group trip to Birmingham was ridiculous in the first place. And then why are we letting Kenya lead trips again? Like, I feel like we should have learned our lesson the last time when she did a trip. And she's boring. She's not a good host. You can't be keeping people in the dark because you want to surprise them. Like, that's weird to me. I definitely know that Marlo tried to hit that lady with that door. I wish she would have connected, like somebody said in the comments. Mm-hmm. It would have been funny. Sorry, that's abuse. But
I didn't want it to hit her. Now that would have
been. But I wanted to tap her a little bit more. Like, no, because nobody else saw that happened except Monyetta, so they still couldn't even be like, like they were like, oh, it's just heavy. It was just a heavy door. So if had it actually connected a little bit more, then it would have been a show. I'm glad Sanya got the fuck up on out of there. Because you ain't got to tell me twice. She literally went back upstairs, got her shit, and left.
Yeah.
And then she told Marlo, well, if she want me gone, I know she want your ass gone. Like, I thought that was hilarious. Like, Sanya, with a Sanya and Sonya, she kind of won me over a little bit with those two things, because I personally don't want to stay nowhere I'm not wanted, because I'm not thirsty like that.
Yeah.
Be around folks. So that's how you know she might come take Kandi's spot.
You think what, Sonya?
Yeah, I think she could
Take her spot, or just, you know, standing there with her left foot? What you talking about?
She could take her if Kandi exited the show. Then you could move on into that busy person. If you think about it, Kandi had something going on this week. Stanya had something going on this week, and Kenya had something going on this week. So they kind of all could have split up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of forcing everything together. And that would have made for a better show, trip, whatever, than to have everybody be forced to go to Birmingham.
Yeah. Sanya, now the way she handled Kenya, I live for that. I can't even lie. Like I was living for that. Marlo, poor Tink, she still wants Kenya approval, even though she does not like Kenya and Kenya's an evil person. She definitely still wants some type of attention from Kenya. And it was odd though, for when her and Mo were going back and forth in the elevator, and Marlo was like, well, no, Kenya's older than me. I'm like, girl, about what, 3 years or something like that? Like, it's not like it's this big age gap. Marlo act like she's not knocking on 50 door. Mm-hmm. I do think that I want, me personally, I don't think that Marlo treated Mo. I just think that Marlo's voice is a lot deeper. She's a lot louder. Her voice is a lot more masculine than Mo. So she just kind of overshadows her. This scene was, I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Here from Jasmine says Monyetta had a lot of screen time, but it's forgettable. I agree.
I agree. Now I did like that she walked up on Marlo though. When Marlo tried to forcefully shut that door on her, because the door might have been heavy, but Marlo still tried to push it. I definitely like that she showed Marlo, like, I ain't scared of you, and she walked up on it until somebody was like, well, no, don't kind of walk up on her like that. So Marlo did say she would dog walk Mo as well. I don't know if y'all caught that, but she said I will walk her like a dog or something like that. She said as she was going over to the bar to order her drink. She did. Yeah.
I mean, listen, what's her name? Marlo has followed many people as well. You know, Sheree has done it. They've all done it.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, Drew and Sheree, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be like they do that. So, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, it looks like Mo is trying to engage. You know, she's trying to. I think this scene was for that, but I just wasn't moved.
I'm not buying it.
It's not because I have a dislike for her. I just wasn't moved.
It's because she's trying. It's not organically just happening. And in a moment that it could have, nobody saw her push the door. So they're still thinking like she tripping the door heavy.
No, she pushed that goddamn door.
But they was all behind. They were all behind Monyetta, so they didn't see it.
Yeah,
but they said in their confessions.
I thought it almost like, Courtney. Because Courtney was like right there too. They were kind of like Monyetta was a couple
steps because Monyetta pushed the door back with one hand. So I was like, and you look at Monyetta, Monyetta ain't no petite. You know,
that's a strong girl. I agree.
That's a woman right there. That's a woman.
She did hands for 25 minutes in the lobby. Of course she's strong.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
She got endurance.
She got some stamina. Yes, she does. Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, as far as Sanya, I like this. You know, obviously she's kind of over, you know, the Kenya thing, over Kenya in general. She still brings up what happened last year. And it clearly shows that Kenya just really doesn't respect her like that. She kind of shoots her away and treats her like she's like much of nothing. I mean, that's just what she does to her. I mean, I guess because she's the new girl, but I mean, Sanya, hey, we'll see. Maybe I think some people in the chat said, you know, Sanya versus Kenya can be T. We'll see. Last year it wasn't. Maybe she, you know, will boss up a little more this season. I mean, she's trying, but we'll just see. We'll see. It's gonna be kind of hard.
Especially now last year when they said she was calling around crying because Kenya had ate her up that bad. So
yeah. Well, last year it seemed like she was fanning out, like, oh my God, can you read me? That's what it was given last year. But this year, maybe she's like gonna actually put some oomph in her back. I don't know.
yeah.
That's just me. Especially now that her family gonna be moving out soon, maybe. Maybe she have a little more courage. I don't know. All right. So after that, they go to a scene the next day with Kandi and Todd. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually I'm gonna put all this together so we can just kind of get Kandi out of the way. That makes sense. So I'm gonna put this scene with her and Todd and the scene with her and Mama Joyce together, even though it's later. We'll put it all together. Not thank you. So in the first scene, Kandi and Todd are talking, and Kandi acknowledges that she has to be more considerate. She knows that he overextends himself for her, and she needs to at least try to do a little more. You know, and then, did she say it was called the Todd Tucker Pass? What is that?
No, it's called the Pass.
The Pass, and then basically you can like do with other people,
right? In true Kandi fashion, talking about sex and fucking.
Oh.
I love it, Claudia. I'm sorry.
That's gonna get you. Well, listen, that's what you got to talk about. But they talk about that Mama Joyce has called, and she has shown no remorse. She didn't even mention the BravoCon thing. She ain't said nothing. And Todd talks about Kayla being over it. That Mama Joyce has, how she's been all this time. She over it. The kids are over it, and they kind of discuss why she does it. And it kind of goes back to what I said. I think it was a week or so, like the last time we did our review. And I was like, I feel like, maybe she's being produced. They say, I think Todd said maybe because she think it's cool. And then Kandi says because she think it's funny. And so when they said that, I do feel like not only just her, I think somebody's like working with her to make her do these things because they feel like it's entertaining. I think to me, they kind of prove what I was thinking. That's just me. But any thoughts on this part? Man. You said what?
I think she really just don't like that little man.
She could. Yeah. She could.
I think she don't like him, and I think she think it's funny. Yeah.
I think she think both, but Kandi think everything funny too. She laughs through everything. So why wouldn't her mama be the same exact way? I'm confused.
Yeah. So to talk about Mama Joyce, in their later scene, like I said, I'm skipping around just to go ahead and get Kandi on out the way. They talk about BravoCon. This is Mama Joyce and Kandi. And Joyce just feels like he needs to lighten up. She said when she's asked the question, she gonna answer the question, and that's just that on that. She says that when she comes over, he's always asleep, and she feels like the energy is negative, so she just don't come over. She gonna probably stop coming over. That ain't gonna happen. And she says that when they first got together, he was humble and nice. Now he's like George Jefferson. And do y'all understand what that analogy? I'm trying to understand.
Moving on up.
She move, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was like, I'm thinking about
opportunist.
Yep.
So she's saying that he's an opportunist, even though he has all these businesses and things going on. He's still trying to mooch off of Kandi. Okay. So she says that, and they kind of go back and forth because she's just like, well, listen, he don't help. He ain't teaching Ace how to take the trash out. He don't take the trash out. If you want a man like that, they can't be with him. She was just like, Kandi said, well, what your man doing? And Candy's like, maybe not Kandi. Joyce is like, what man? Or whatever. So what?
He said, if I had one.
Exactly. Just like any person in somebody else's business, mama, friend or not, they ain't never got their own man, but they always trying to tell you what to do with yours. Just saying. But Kandi suggests therapy. And any thoughts on anything related to Kandi, Todd, and Mama Joyce? Antonio.
Just starting at the last thing, I think that she's tried therapy with Mama Joyce and her ex, the one that was killed. I think she do it with Todd early on as well, and Mama Joyce. I don't think the counseling gonna work, and I think we kind of just over that. Like, she don't like that man. That man don't like her. Just let it be and just try and keep them as separate as possible. Kandi says she had, she got 4 offers to do a movie without auditioning. So, I mean, I guess somebody, I don't know where the hell she been acting at, because what I seen it was like her acting is like her real life. I mean, shout out to you for getting them parts, but dry as motherfucking paint on the wall. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's really all I got. Shout out to Kandi though. Shout out to you and your businesses.
Shout out to Sammy riding for.
He probably gonna send me a text and cuss me out, child.
Asia.
I don't have nothing.
Nothing. Well, let me ask you a question then. Do you feel like Asia? Do you feel like Kandi put Joyce in her place in this scene?
No, because she was laughing at her.
True.
Yeah.
No,
she was laughing. She made it.
It made the whole
was saying
scene like,
stuff, but she
I'm
said
looking
it
for
joking.
I'm looking for a scene to where Mama was saying she ain't got to break down, but I feel like she needs you can tell when somebody is like hearing you and understanding you. And Mama Joseph is like, girl, can we get this scene up with so I can go back and back to my house you paying for because you don't keep doing for me. Like it's just
I'm sorry, Kandi didn't nip it in the bud a long time ago. So that pattern is gonna continue. Everything that's happening now is gonna happen to the day one of them go in the grave.
Because it's been like what now? 10 years?
Like
almost?
11 years. That was like season 5 when they.
Yeah, she really needed to have, if she was gonna have that talk with Joyce on camera, she needed to have like a legit sit down, no laughing, no. Well, stop talking about my man. No, because you joking. No, I need you to be serious. And I understand why that man plays sleep every time you come over there. Because I'd rather stay away from you than having to cuss your old ass out. So
he's still respectful. He
is, and I guess
so
Todd looking at it like, you say what you want, Joyce. I'm reaping the benefits, and I got some money in the bank. What's good? So
it's, to be honest, Kandi used Todd and came up on Todd just Todd
as much
on Kandi. Yeah. So yes, he is an opportunist. He found him a job, and he gets some pussy at the job too. Who cares? He got shows. He knows how to produce. He give them to his wife. They work together. They got a family business. That's that on that.
Yeah,
it don't matter. But
a family business that Mama Joyce getting a check from.
So the storyline is old. It's old. It's old time. That's why I don't be having really much to say because it's.
I wish Sharon was still there too, actually, because that Sharon, aka Todd's mom, was not playing Mama Joyce. I think she would have shut up. Them sisters would have had to jump Sharon. I'm just saying they would have to jump her. I'm just saying because what spinoff was that when they were arguing? What was that?
Was it the ski trip or
was it the wedding? It was the wedding.
Was it the wedding?
It was either the wedding or the ski trip.
Yeah.
I do remember she called Mama Joyce that B though.
Rest in peace. She did. And she deserved it. Rest in peace, Miss Mama Sheree.
I miss Kandi's. I like Kandi's spinoffs more than I like Kandi on the show.
I don't like none of them.
I like this. I like the family stuff. But make it about that. Like, just keep it up. We gotta move on. Atlanta gotta move on.
Mm-hmm.
We can't keep this white refrigerator forever. We have to go.
Okay. Thank you, Chase. Bravo historian said it was Kandi's wedding in season 7. She had already passed by the ski trip. Thank you for that clarity.
Thank you, Chase. And
Brittany too. Brittany came in and said, "Move over, Chase. I got this." Damn. Oh, thank y'all for that. Okay, so we're gonna move on past Kandi, go back up into the episode the next day in Birmingham. So next day in Birmingham, Marlo is talking to a therapist. I do like that her therapist told her you can't control anybody but yourself, and I really hope that resonates in her mind because
it doesn't. She's not smart.
Really listen. She's very happy about this therapy, and as someone that just did therapy recently for the first time ever, it is a prideful moment. But at the same time, you got to actually be moving somewhat in that way, and she ain't. It's just somebody she's talking to, and then she's gonna do the opposite. Period.
She do it for like.
She felt like it's good for the show, so.
Right. That's what our housewives do. They go see a therapist, child. She should have been saw a therapist like long time ago after the slashing. That's just me. But in this scene, Kenya is sick, and so Sheree summons all the girls to tell them, and all the girls like, "Oh my God, oh no, Kenya's on the stretcher. She's not feeling well. She says she can breathe. She has chest pains and all these things." And Mo gets emotional. She is triggered because her mom passed a few months ago from when this was filmed. So she's triggered. And they all kind of console her. And then Marlo is in the room with all these baby oil on the front of her arm, not the back, because it's like she rushed to get down there. And they talk about the door slamming. Mo brings up the door slamming on her, and they again say it was not. She didn't slam the door. The door was heavy. They show a little scene of how heavy the door is in that hotel, which I believe that there are some very industrial ass doors, but nonetheless, she did try to slam. I think we all kind of agree with that. If you disagree and don't think she tried to slam the door, please let me know so we can cuss you out on this, man, because that's a damn lie. Because y'all know she tried to.
I tried to help Marlo, but she did. She slammed it.
Right, she slammed it. But Mo and Marlo hug it out. So they hug it out, and then they decide they're gonna have to leave because obviously Kenya's performance is not gonna happen. She's sick. And I was really wondering what were everybody, like the people that set this up, what were they thinking? I'm not saying that Kenya wasn't sick or whatever pain she was in. I'm not sure. I don't know that. But I just feel like that's a big opportunity. Like, that's a huge thing, especially when she talked about it and it didn't happen. I would be a little upset. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it was conveniently placed.
I
don't know.
I got something to say about it.
Go ahead.
If you were sponsoring it and you were going to give out all this product and stuff, that stuff still could have happened with you not performing or being there. So that's why I call bullshit. Because where's the product at? Where's the street team? That's what I actually do for a living is experiential marketing. Baby, you didn't have that. All you had to do was worry about performing in your outfits. But the whole passing out a product not happening, where was the paperwork? Where were the posters? Where was the samples? Like none of that.
Did anybody hear about this? Because we do live in America. I mean, we're all,
I live in the South.
No.
And I'm only like 2 hours from Birmingham. So
you in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have definitely known. I would have went to the classic.
I wanna know. I just wanna, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to say she went sick, but
no, she wasn't gonna do it. She was gonna lie. She saw how horrible she did at BravoCon. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call it a thing a thing.
I think she was nervous, like really.
She was nervous. She them outfits wasn't fitting.
Oh.
She ain't had a product. She was gonna be giving out water. She don't got Mark helping her with her business no more, so she don't know what she doing again. No, she don't have cover.
Sammy says she panicked. There's a comment from Brittany that says, "I love Kenya, but I don't know why she was chosen for that, given that she's not a performer and not an alumni of that school."
Or any HBCU.
Yeah, any HBCU. Yeah.
But you also got to think though. Then that means that with her performing on there, how many people could possibly, see that school or that band or whatever the case may be. So there was still some type of marketing and visibility that school could have gotten that they may not have gotten if she wasn't there. I didn't understand it either, and we've all seen Kenya dance, so that was kind of like, I just wish she still would have maybe sent the girls to go and not to perform, but to like hand out products or gift bags or whatever it was. I think, like Asia said, it was still a way for her to make it work without just being like, oh, well, I didn't get to do any of it. I do believe that maybe she wasn't feeling it well because we've seen her coughing so damn hard, but I'm like, we know Kenya as well, and she's very intelligent. She could have already been starting like, did you see me coughing like that on the bus and blah, blah, blah. I pray that I'm wrong.
She has a pattern of getting ill or not feeling well, and when things are just not going in the way that it needs to go. And so that's just what I've seen her do, especially over the last few seasons. Since she's like kind of been like the HBIC of Atlanta, I think she kind of, I don't know. But Chase says, and Chase is one of her biggest fans since day one. Says she was a title sponsor and negotiated it. Plus brought cameras. It made sense, y'all. True, the cameras could have been a problem. They probably had a meeting and been like, we can't do this, y'all. I don't know. It just. That's a lot. I wanted to see that. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see whatever she was gonna do, whether it was a flop, whatever it was. I wanted to see it because
they were still. I don't think they had enough time to practice, and I'm sure Monyetta did a great job when she did the what Kenya was supposed to do. I just don't think that it would have looked like that if Kenya had done it. And I just think maybe she, you know, she got a little cold feet. She had a little cough, and maybe it was less sick, more anxiety or something like that.
Not real fun into tinfoil land.
Y'all are giving a lot of grace, and I appreciate y'all for that.
Oh, we ain't said no damn grace. I just said I didn't believe it. What you want me to say? She was lying. No.
You know how I be.
look, today, listen, Jasmine ain't here, so we look now because Jasmine said
That would have been like, nah, that bitch motherfucker.
Who the hell does
she
Tia
she was
think
gonna do that motherfucking shit for the bitch?
He would have said who the she thinks she is. But Jasmine's off today, so we're gonna be a little more graceful, I guess, right? She'll be back next Monday, y'all.
Yeah,
Jasmine, say your speech in the comments, what you would have said, boo.
Yeah.
Our moderators block Jasmine. All
right.
Let's move on. So adding to that, after Mo and Marlo kind of like hug it out or whatever, I don't know if y'all noticed, what's her name was in her AKA paraphernalia, and they were trying to blur it out, but you can see I don't know.
Well, they covered both A's, so
you can only really see
I saw both A's.
I just saw the K.
I just saw the K as well because she had that pink Michael Jackson jacket on.
Well, I watched it on Peacock.
Antonio.
Peacock show everything, so maybe I got the unedited version.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't watch it when it came on live. Not sure. But one thing Mo says is like, yeah, we're gonna be cool. She dances it out, but she's like, we gotta all have respect, but don't be trying to fight my friends. I need Monyetta to not be that person because this is not real life. This is reality TV, and people gonna beef. You ain't gotta always interject when your friend is getting come at. Sit back and just let it go. Now, if your friend about to get beat up and you stop it, then that's okay. But every time, if Marlo wants to go at Kenya and Kandi, that's not always your fight. It's gonna get you in a lot of trouble, Monyetta. This is not the streets of Atlanta. This is reality TV of Atlanta. This thing. I'm just saying, like, it's how
smart she would be.
It's housewife. Yeah, if she was smart, she would have utilized
no sides.
I agree, but she, Kandi at the back of her neck, like, you my friend, I brought you on. She is. She is. Courtney asked Sheree about her and Drew relationship, because there's something there they're gonna talk about later. Sheree says that Drew's been talking about her and talks about Drew saying that she had to give all her clothes for she brought Sheree back. And so Kenya says that, I'm not Kenya. Marlo says that when they get back, she feels like Monyetta is going to change. She kind of whispers on the side, not why Monyetta is there. I think that's kind of true as well. I think she kind of was forced to kind of hang with them just because, Kenya was in the room and Kandi went there and Drew went there. But any final thoughts on this part before we get to the next part?
I think both of them, that hug Monyetta and Marlo gave, they was both just being fake and just doing some bullshit. Monyetta is definitely gonna change, and so she's not gonna keep up her end, and Marlo definitely not gonna keep up her end. So they're gonna be back to square one.
Is there any I guess kind words for how Marlo was just like, oh my God, can you hope you okay?
It was fake.
I think that was real, but y'all know how Marlo is. Like, Marlo is crazy. Like, she's on and off. She your friend 1 second, she hugging you, then she cussing you out. Like,
she is very consistent with. I agree with Asia with how she's always been.
I think that was really who she is. I think that was sincere because she's been like that.
She had just cussed the lady out, called the lady evil, and she a fucked up bitch or something like that in a text, and then the next morning. The next morning you went. The next morning you want to pray for the lady, then you go in your damn confessional and talk about how Kenya, kind of insinuated that Kenya was fake. And so yeah, Marlo, that shit was fake as well. She just kind of played along. Marlo thinks she like being smart with how she's doing stuff on camera, but she is, dumb and slow as ever. Ain't shit changed. She been dumb. She gonna always be dumb. She gonna stay dumb.
Oh,
shout out to her.
I'm trying to hold it down for. I can't do it. It's all.
When Jasmine becomes like,
I can't. I'm trying to defend Marlo. This is too hard.
You today, Jasmine. So don't try to call in, okay? I'm just talking. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think that behavior is fake, but I did feel like, I mean, she's trying. I mean, because in this moment, it would, like you said, Antonia, it would not be smart for her to still be like, fuck Kenya, if she's like hurt on camera. It would make her seem like she's being very insensitive. And from our view, it would be even worse. So I guess, to be honest, but it is very consistent with her behavior. She is. I don't want to diagnose her as bipolar because I am a doctor, but I'm not a medical doctor. And so with that being said,
3 degrees, okay?
Yeah, I can't go in that area, but she is a bit split personality, I would say.
A bit?
No, I don't. I think she just thinks she's like, oh, she's giving good TV. That's what I think. I really do. Now, I don't think Marlo wanted anything serious to be wrong with Kenya or to happen to Kenya. I don't want to say that, but I think
and that's why I think it was sincere, because I don't think
I think her being so concerned was fake, but I don't think that she wanted anything to like be seriously,
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Our other Jasmine says Marlo was being sincere. She's not a demon, y'all. Okay.
That's what's up, Jasmine.
Now let's talk about something real quick. How do y'all feel about Kenya and what's this baby's name? What's her daughter? Brooklyn. Because I'm kind of tired of her using Brooklyn. Like, I understand, but she has a nanny, and other women are doing this all the time that are single parents. They have kids. I know she's a little younger, but they have kids. I'll say either Kenya is just that damn lonely. She has nobody. And that may be very
true. It looks like, honestly.
Or 2 is just like, I feel like she's like overly dramatic when it comes to Brooklyn and how she is always like, my daughter. And she, every trip. Like, come on. You have a nanny. You do have a nanny. I mean, it's just filming for one day. Like, see your daughter and then, have a scene with her and come back. Like, I just think it's a bit too much for me. Any thoughts on that?
I ain't got no kids. I don't know.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, I ain't got no kids.
But I mean, it does seem like, because I'm thinking she's had her aunt on the show, and the aunt that helped raise her or whatever. She's had her cousin on there a lot. I mean, her cousin came as her backup, from when her and Nene was into it at Kandi's baby shower. So I would think that they would.
I think they don't like her no more, to be honest.
Okay.
They haven't been around.
They haven't.
I think that Auntie was done with her when she went to go find her sister, and she was like, "I told you, leave my sister alone."
Okay.
Okay.
Like, I think that really did the auntie in, and the cousin followed not too far behind. So she really don't got no support. She really got that baby on her own.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll say this: like I say, like, I don't have kids, so I don't know how I would be. I don't know if I'm gonna be clingy or not. However, I think it's a bit much. Always.
I'm sorry. I'm not. Cheryl, is it legit or legit? Just saying, where is Auntie Cisco? Are you referring to Aunt Lori as Cisco?
Lori, Lori had that damn blonde hair.
She did.
Goodbye, Cheryl. Get out of here.
Cheryl, your ass is on punishment.
I just saw that. Oh my God.
Get out of here.
Somebody else said, Jasmine said, F them kids.
Leave the kids out of it.
That's what she's saying.
Although, I'm move on, because last season, somebody said something about Wanda Sykes, and I am gonna leave it at that. But anywho, so there was a scene with Sheree and Kenya, and Kenya's upset. She's talking about the opportunity, how it was missed, how she wished she could have did it, she couldn't do it. She was like, people were let down. All these things about the whole missing of the Magic Classic, and she talks about Marlo begging on the door. And Sheree says that she thinks that Marlo wants her attention, and she's like, no, yes, she wants negative attention, right? And then they show a scene of Brooklyn, who's now doing karate and stuff like that. And they show. Do y'all feel like they're overproducing these episodes now? They're trying to give us like all these funny like moments, Like they showed her like what was like Brooklyn Hidden Dragon or something like they giving us all these little moments. And I don't know if it's to like overcompensate for the episode not being entertaining or because I'm not gonna lie to you. The last entertaining and these they have the same producers as Potomac, but that whole what was it called? Reasonably Shady. I thought it was funny then, but now this production company between Potomac and Atlanta, they're giving us a lot of these overproduced like little moments. That's just like sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're not. But they show this, they underproduce it. No, I think I don't know. Maybe not producing, editing. That's what they're doing. That's what I feel like they're over editing the episodes.
Maybe I guess they're trying to work. They're trying to work with what the content that they have. So if they haven't been given a lot, I guess that's where the over editing and shit like that comes into play. I'm guessing.
Wait a minute, not Brooklyn. Sammy said Brooklyn gonna get her little ass kicked. Them moves were hitting on nothing. Nah.
I was thinking it like, oh baby.
Oh my God. She was so cute though. Brooklyn she's an adorable little girl. Like when I see her and Kenya, it makes me smile. And then sometimes when Brooklyn leaves, I don't smile no more. So that's just how I feel. Whatever.
They're cute. Oh yeah, you're right. It's overproduced or over edited.
Editing, my bad, not produced. Because they're not producing shit. We seeing what they got. They need to produce more. They need production.
We need a new set of girls. Is that what you say, Antonio? Bring some new girls.
We still need to find some new girls. Yeah. We need to
find some new girls. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is it right here. Dollface says, I'm tired of Kenya clocking out early and blaming Brooklyn. That's what I mean when I say she's done this a lot over the last 3 seasons. She did it at the Bolo event. Didn't she do it then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure she did it last year when she got the house bar. She does it a lot, and it's so annoying to me. I hate it. I don't know how they let her just kind of clock out so much, but she does it.
And especially after she invited these people to Birmingham, find something for them to do that y'all didn't get to
tell them what was happening.
Go find somewhere to eat, a restaurant, something. Like find something to do.
Yeah.
Go do some karaoke somewhere.
It was a waste of gas.
It was definitely a waste of gas.
On that big ass bus, and gas ain't cheap.
It was a waste of gas. It just was. With Kenya, with Kandi, we're not moving the story along. With Nene gone, with Portia gone, them not having nobody for real to beef with, this story is not moving along. It's just not.
I agree, Asia. And it's like they don't know how to. The girls that they got Marlo, Sheree. Even though I love when I like Sheree's style. I like when she kind of puts her little urban chic outfits together. I like all of that. It's like they don't know how to push the story alone. Like they don't know. It's like they just kind of go to work, but they don't know what they're doing when they get to work. Like they don't
plan. Like, or the plan, they make plans and they're stupid plans. Like they working on a project that we don't need.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get laid off soon, like the rest of them tech people.
Yeah. But I do like Sheree's style because I like, I like
Sheree's kind of picking it up.
White beater, the orange pants, the white pumps. I was like, okay, Ray.
It's the Kandi Kenya thing together. It's kind of like Robin and Giselle to me, where we gotta break that up.
Yeah.
To get something actually happening.
Any thoughts on the scene with Sheree and Kenya? Sheree does playfully say she's expecting, but she talks about possibly having to have fibroids removed. And she says that she doesn't want to have surgery because she don't want to go 6 weeks without having sex. Although she told us last season she went like a year, 2 years.
Because wasn't Lyrone in jail for like
4 years? She went way longer than 6 weeks to have sex, but she says she can't do it now because I guess Martell Peen is so good, and it probably is. But any thoughts on this scene? No. All right, so let's get to the end. So the end scene was a scene set up by Kenya. They go into this hangover removal therapy place. I don't know what it is. It looked interesting.
It's vitamin drips.
Okay. But I don't think Sheree and Drew know that they're going to be meeting up together. And so they get in. Kenya, Sheree get there. They're talking. Drew arrives. She hugs Kenya, and she tries to give some kind of anything to Sheree. Sheree's just like, and so they give a high five. They sit down, and Sheree immediately addresses Drew on the stuff that she's been saying about her making her return her She by Sheree, what's you say, wrinkle couture fashions, as Jasmine said. And Drew basically said she didn't say everything, but she was specifically talking about this bag. Sheree said that was her personal bag, and you was never getting that bag. Okay, that bag was not for sale because we only had one. That was the what they call it, the model,
the sample,
the sample,
the sample. Yeah,
right. That's what it was, but she didn't say that on camera. And so they kind of get to a point to where they're gonna just kind of coexist for real. But Kenya brings up the situation between Drew and Marlo. And Drew tells her side of the story. She says that, she was indeed standing over her, but not because she was standing over her sitting down. When she got up at her seat, she was standing over her and they showed the camera. Would y'all say that Marlo was aggressive in that scene? I don't want to call women aggressive, but do y'all feel like she was aggressive to Drew in that scene?
No. Okay. I think that I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't think she was aggressive. I didn't. She was sitting down. I think they were having a kind of like a heated, semi-heated exchange. Because didn't seem like it was a lot of yelling or anything like that until the end when Marlo was like, "My you that bitch," and she walked off or whatever.
What is it? My
nephew died, bitch.
My blood nephew.
My blood nephew died, bitch. And then, she walked up, but I don't think she was.
You owe me a drink after this.
I think when she did that, I think that's when it became
that because you didn't know, because even whoever that black guy was that jumped, I don't know if he was a producer, security guard, or what. When she did it, Drew kind of was like, and the dude kind of like jumped, I guess thinking like Marlo was gonna like hit Drew or something like that. So I can see how she felt. There was some aggressive energy in that moment, but initially, no. I just think the conversation, it wasn't aggressive. It was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressive to me is you about to try to physically harm me, and so that's why I just don't see it as aggressive. I see her as like being emotional and going off because what Drew was laying down, Marlo wasn't picking up, or vice versa. But whatever. Yeah. Like Drew was gonna be okay at the end of that. She just was confused.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sheree chimes in and talks about the nephew story coming from, like, where basically explaining where Marlo is coming from, where she was coming from. Sorry. And Kenya immediately says that has nothing to do with Kandi. Like, what does her nephew got to do with Kandi? Kenya, so they kind of talk about that, but Sheree is kind of shushed up because it sounds like she's trying to defend Marlo, but everything they're saying, Kenya did exaggerate the story when she told it, but I think she told it wrong. But based off what Drew, when she explained it to me, it sounded like she gave the correct events that we saw in that moment. Kenya asks Drew about how did Courtney get her number. She says no, she didn't give her the number. But she's having an event, and they all talk about how positive they will be next time once they're at the event. And as they're talking about how positive it's going to be, they're showing how negative it actually is in the next episode. To where I guess Kenya gets into it with Marlo, and Marlo gets into it with Kandi. Another little moment that's going to happen. It looked like somebody was grabbing Kandi again. You know what happens when you grab Kandi. So I guess Kandi's going to headbutt somebody else. But any thoughts on this final scene between Kenya, Sheree, and Drew?
Drew lied on that podcast. I think that was kind of confirmed. Lied. She misspoke, whatever it was. Clearly, she didn't mean everything. I would hope that if she wanted to support Sheree, she wouldn't just be waiting on somebody to get some free. That lady been struggling for years, and she's been struggling trying to get that clothing line and that site up for years. Go ahead. I mean, the bag probably is like $800 or something because Sheree shit high as hell. Drew, go do some door dashes, get your extra $800. And then go buy that damn bag if you wanted that bag so bad, because clearly that's what you wanted. So yeah, that's it.
Drew lied on that lady, and even when she said I didn't say everything, you literally said everything.
Everything. Said everything. Yeah.
My biggest thing with them is like, you know how Sheree is. Y'all know she don't like paying people stuff. You know, like we know how she is. So you purposely are poking at her. When you start poking at the girl, then expect to get what you are getting. Like that's that. That's all I have to say. So Drew acting shocked, like, what did I do? What did I say? Girl.
Yeah,
like,
I don't need Drew to turn into the next Eva because it's giving Eva. Like, I need you to just, whoops. I can't speak for everybody, but some of us are rooting for you, girl. You need to kind of push it on through. This is season 3.
I'm rooting for Drew.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Drew.
I do
probably
think
about the only one I might would keep at this moment. So
yeah, I don't think she could care, but I think she could push the franchise forward. She's one of the only ones that could help, with a new set of girls.
Going to the hospital so much.
She always hurt her ankle, her leg. That is true. She always
need a leg brace.
Where is your scooter?
And vitamins.
Where is your scooter? Where is it?
Where is it? You had everything that happened to you.
Jasmine said, "Who is rooting for Drew?"
I think we all are, Jasmine.
Jasmine, you know you like Drew. You spent a whole 2 seasons rooting for Drew.
Oh, 2.
Don't act like that.
But I was glad that her and Sheree were able to kind of talk real quick. And Drew's like, "Hey, I meant what I said. I said I did make that phone call to you after I had done that. So I hope that they can push through that and move forward. Because I would kind of like to see them, kind of hang out or be friends. I would like to see what that's about.
Sheree, Kenya, and Drew, or just Drew and
Sheree and Drew? Yeah, Drew and Sheree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I need these girls to stop getting sick. Okay, stop it. Stop the flu.
Yeah. Well, we're just happy they're not filming with masks at this point.
That's true, because they did start. Was the last season of the masks or season before that? It was season before that, right?
Season before that.
Okay, because it was. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, listen, we got through damn near 2 episodes, but they'll let you know there wasn't shit going on. Because if it was a lot going on, we would still be about to go into another segment, but we're not. So the lines are open. I sent the link in the chat. I will send it one more time for any more callers. But we do have a caller in the queue. Make sure y'all, watch New Jersey tomorrow for the live. We go live right after the reunion. We're gonna have Summer House Martha's Vineyard coming up this week. I don't know if it's gonna be live or not. It can be. Last week we did a surprise live on Wednesday. It was successful, so maybe we'll do it again. And then big surprise. So for those that are following the whole Sandoval and Vanderpump Rules situation, there's going to be a special live this Thursday just to recap, I guess, the entire season / the reunion. And it's going to be, they're going to do a child. It's going to be featuring Chase, Sammy, and Antonio child. So if you following the Vanderpump Rules this season, those 3 are going to be covered this Thursday. So check that out too. But with that being said, I'm going to let our callers on. And our first caller is going to be, like this video, as I always say. It's free. All right. What's going on, Kyra?
Hi, Kyra. Don't cuss me out.
I am, because you heard my feelings today, all of you. I'm very excited about the Scandal. I'm very excited. I hope they dropped the link earlier. Because I love Black people talking about Scandal. Anyway, I guess I'll do the shortest thing with the Drew Sheree thing. I feel like Drew acts a lot on the shows. I don't really love that. And I do get Sheree bringing it up, but I also need Sheree to be able to take it. Sheree is too much of a confessional gangster for her to be always running up in someone's face when they say something shady and she don't like it. It's getting a bit to me annoying because she's opened up the season being so upset that Kandi did a spoof on something you said. So that's my only thing with Sheree. If we're going to be doing busted cans of biscuits, we don't know if we're going to get biscuits or bullets. If we're doing all of this, Sheree, you should be able to take some being hyperbolic about your business that's been failing for over a decade. Just saying.
Big word.
Just saying. I guess the real meats and potatoes is this whole Birmingham trip. Chase me to Fabulous Point. I do not feel like the production nor the ladies, aside from Kenya, because I do know she was trying to have a surprise. I don't love the fact that they didn't really pour into that this was for an HBCU and this is a big event. As someone who went to a PWI but went to an all-Black high school, I love the band. Also, I'm a violin. I love the band and all that kind of stuff, major rates dancing. And I do miss that experience of me going to a white college. So I feel like it could have been such a big thing for the women to be. I don't like the fact that they didn't feel excited to just go to the Magic Classic It had to be Kenya. It has to be something more. Like, why can't you just be excited, right? To see the girls be bucking and milking. You know, I would have loved that, right? But I'm just asking because it just.
I was excited for the whole, like, as a person that went to HBCU, like I was excited. That's that environment. I thought it was a nice setup. I mean, whether Kenya did good or bad, I just wanted to see it.
Yeah,
I felt let down. I hate they should have probably just scrapped the whole thing.
Yeah,
because it's like
like cut the whole Birmingham thing from the season.
Yeah,
okay, I agree with that.
They scrapped the whole.
But you know what? But see, this is okay. You got me. But yeah, Chase made a great point. I don't think the production did right by it being a big HBCU event, and I don't think the women did right by saying we don't care about the football game. I don't like that they said that. Yeah, like Sheree and Sonya, like they said, like, oh, we don't care about the football game.
They were like, fuck the football game.
Yeah,
we
they said that.
To support you. Yeah.
Oh,
so that's why I'm fine with Kenya not sending anyone, because would you send Marlo to represent your brand?
Would you send Marlo?
But you guys said the girls. To me, I would not send anybody. I just close it down. But we can have different opinions.
Could have sent Sheree and Mo.
I wouldn't have sent Sheree either. I think only I would have sent maybe is Sonya.
Sheree brings in a crowd. I definitely would.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, yeah, Sheree.
I feel like they were more fanning out for her than anybody. I kind of that. Her.
I get that. I didn't love the tinfoil hat conspiracies. I just think the lady was sick, whatever. But we're gonna move. I do think though that Marlo shows the pitfall that she cannot do anything on this show unless it involves Kenya or Kandi. A lot of people have said this, but I would have taken the girls. Let's find a bar. Let's find a little club. I don't know. Actually, we don't know what day they were there, or what time. Because also we're saying like clubs and that kind of stuff. I don't really know the time.
Usually the classic is on like a weekend. I think.
Yeah, like a Friday.
Yeah, it should be on a weekend, right? So I'm thinking it's either gonna be on a Saturday or Sunday. So but I just don't know the timing. But to me, I feel like that would have been an opportunity for the girls to like do their due without Kenya. To me, it's always strange that if Kenya is saying good night and going away, that a lot of the women are angry that like, no, we need you for the scene. When I feel like you should be enough for the scene. As Kenya, I'm gonna make this my moment. But instead, now Marlo has made this moment about Kenya again. And so I feel like she falls flat with that. And also, let's not call this woman a therapist. I don't know if she's a licensed therapist, but Marlo has employed her as a life coach, which is different. Marlo needs a therapist or a psychologist, but instead she has a life coach. And that is the problem. She needs to sit on someone's couch.
A real doctor like Cortez.
I mean, I'm just saying she needs to sit on someone's couch. Maybe she needs some pills. We don't know. But it needs to be a therapist or a psychologist and licensed, hopefully working 15, 20 years because she needs all of it. It does when you're doing all this mess and then the next day, as Antonia said, you're sending this text message saying, she's like what's his name, Kanye, but I'm gonna post it on Instagram. But that is what Kanye was doing. Kanye was literally texting Kim and posting that ish on Instagram. What are we talking about here? And then the next day you're gonna say, I don't look up to her. I just admire her. It is weird. It's giving upsets. It's giving single black female. That.
According to my divorce tracker, Marlo is single.
No, but she's about the woman. You have a line now. Okay. I'll be excited about Scandal.
Yeah, it should be fun. It's gonna be Thursday. The time, I'm not sure, but it'll be Thursday. Regular time. All right, thank you, Kyra. In quick little comment if I let the next caller on. TKC, you better watch the TSU slander before I jump up in this chat and grab you by your.
Because you got two TSU people up in here. TKC.
Well, let's not talk about what.
I'm surprised TKC knows how to spell TSU.
Right.
So. I could just be KC. I'm saying his name.
Anywho, we're gonna move the attention over from Marlo because TKC is the Marlo of the lean, and it's probably he sound like her too. Our next caller is C Content. What's going on, C Content?
Sound like her too.
Hey, what's good?
How are you?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. It's a Monday, you know.
I'm sure everybody got their good slumber watching that last episode of Housewives. Let me just get into it because I feel like I'm going to have maybe a controversial opinion. I don't know. But I feel like Marlo is the main one delivering. Like the part where she was like, and that girl opened the door looking like a damn demon possessed. And then they put the little demon filter on. Oh, my God. I've been running that part.
But see,
I did
that's
too. So I wasn't the only one.
Like they like over. They're doing so much edit. It's like
Yeah, it is
they're
different.
trying to make us entertain because it's not entertaining, and that's why it's like I can't like the reasonably shady event opened the door for all of that. I feel like we weren't seeing have these little edits like that until that, and now it's like overkill.
It can look as overkill because you wouldn't see this in season 5 of Atlanta. Atlanta season 5 was just personalities and stories. This is edits, gags, fake husbands, fake divorces. Oh, I'm sorry, Kenya. But anyway, I do feel like Marlo, she's not going anywhere. She's the only one that makes me key, other than Sheree, which Sheree is like the village idiot. I live for her role on the show. She's like kind of coming off a little bit more slow than Portia would come off on the show, like with the part where she was like, "Oh, I think the door failed," or what did she say? when Marlo slammed, "I think the door failed." Like what? That had me screaming.
You said the wrong word.
Good old Sheree. And then she didn't know that Kenya's middle name was Summer. I mean, oh my goodness, I just love laughing at her. But I'm gonna switch gears from what I like because that's really all that I liked about the show. Do y'all see how much Kandi and Kenya like try to keep Monyetta in check? Do y'all see that? Am I the only one seeing that? Like that is really like weird to me. Like how much she just has to be like this. Yes, a master. Yes, a boss. Delicious. I'm not delicious, but like, why do you have to be their not call girl, but what is the word I'm looking for? It's like Monyetta was told off by Kenya on like 2 different occasions, and it was like Kenya was her mama or something, and she just like took it. It's like you just get like, what's wrong with you, girl? Like, speak up.
Like that.
I don't feel like she's in a place to where she can. She's unfortunate. She's not in a good position. I mean, because they both wave it over her head. That girl, you my friend. That's what they. That's how she. Give it back to the girls. Like she said, like don't come for my friend. Like no, that's not housewife. Who does that? That's
right.
Not it.
Her and damn Courtney, they both did it. Like.
Yeah, it's too.
I kind of live for Courtney though. She's like a little bougetto, like Kandi coined in season whatever. She's the bougetto. I like her a little bit. But no, I mean, I just feel like Monyetta, baby girl, get off the screen. Y'all remember when Sheree Shepherd was on The View and they made it more political and she would just sit there like a deer in headlights and just smile? That's Monyetta. It's like you're really not bringing much other than a big cheesy smile. Last thing, I'm just ready for Sonya to really just rip into Kenya. I'm really ready for Sonya to just make Kenya look stupid because I think it's coming. And if I was to bet on her, I'd bet on Sonya to really get Kenya going. Y'all don't agree?
I mean, I don't. Unless Sonya has had practice since last year. I don't know if she was in practice and maybe, kind of going back and forth with her sister, her brother, some of their kids or something like that she got in the house. She got a lot of practice she could be doing in the house with all them people in there. So hopefully she's been using that time wisely. I don't think that she would be able to be the one to kind of gather Kenya. Now, I did like when Kenya told her fuck out, basically, and she was like, "Hey, bruh, say less. I'm gone. My car be here in 5 minutes."
I think she's finding her voice, and she'll have a way to come at Kenya, but it can't be how we want it because it's not going to be authentic. I really think Sonya be going the fuck off, and so she's trying to be a little bit more PC.
Yeah, that's what I picked up on. She be going off. I can tell she's trying to like reel it in or whatever. Girl, go off on Kenya, make Kenya do something crazy, so maybe the ratings will get up to 900. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, thank you, Sierra Content. We got one more.
Shade though. I would like to see that Sanya, but I mean, we haven't even seen Sanya really get Drew together at this point, and I feel like Drew would be an easy person to get together. Sanya ain't even did that, so I don't know.
I just feel like because her and Drew don't have no real beef.
I mean,
I feel like Kenya has given Sanya a real reason to just kind of rip her wig off a little bit.
When she called her husband aggressive, and Sanya just kind of took it and went crying and telling people, "Why you let that girl read me like that?"
All right, Sierra Content, we got one last caller. Thank you. I think I know who this caller is, but we're gonna let her in really quickly. I think I know.
Who is Jasmine?
I think it said child. So
child, because what's going on?
Come on, you got 30 seconds.
I'm just gonna make this very quick. I'm gonna start with Drew because let me tell you something, Drew. I'm speaking to Drew. Bitch, you better watch yourself because no, I'm just playing. Drew is disappointing me because I just feel like she's just never holding herself accountable for shit. I wish that she would just stand in it. Like, yeah, I said everything, girl, because I was just talking shit, but you did take the bag back, and that's what I wanted. If she would just have said that, then I would just be more like, okay, like I have been Team Drew. I have, but I just do not like this girl that I'm seeing right now. But maybe it's because she's got her own stuff going on, and kind of that might be just throwing, she just be throwing stuff out there. Now, when it comes to Kenya and the HBCU thing, I really did think, against my Kenya judgment, that she was definitely trying to make it a surprise and really go to the game and then pop out at the halftime and have them all turned up, like kind of like what Candace did on the Ultimate Girl Strip thing. Okay. So I really hated that happened like that because I really wanted to see her shine with that, especially since I went to a PWI as well. Although I spent my time at TSU, so watch your mouth, TKC. So,
watch your mouth.
Not too much. But when it comes to the Marlo and Kenya thing, like at the end of the day, like I'm getting tired of it. I'm sure they are tired of that surrounds them, but I'm never going to be on a side when it comes to them. I'm not Team Marlo, but what I am is team not delusional, because at the end of the day, that bitch has done everything, Kenya, that she is mad at Marlo for, but she's never upset when she needs Marlo to tag team a bitch. So all I can say is that I hope that this drama ends and although next week I see that it's starting to rev back up, but I just hope that it starts to die down between them two. My last thing is about Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce needs a new wig. Have a good day. I love you guys. And y'all did well.
All right, Jasmine. We gotta get out of here, child. But my ceiling falling in because I don't know what the hell going up there.
Oh, is that what that noise is? I was like,
I have no clue. But with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. We thank y'all for watching tonight. It's been a really good show. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Asia and Jazz. Thank you to our callers, C Content and Kyra. Again, tomorrow, New Jersey reunion part 2. Wednesday, we're gonna have Summer House Martha's Vineyard, and Thursday we're gonna have these Vanderpump Rules finale of the entire season, hosted by Chase and Antonio and Sammy. Okay, like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Okay.
Good night.
Thunder.
Wrong thing.